Hi, everybody. I'm Aaron from MCAT Self Prep. I'm a 99 percentile tutor, and I wanted to share with you my thoughts on what you can do after a very difficult MCAT test take. We all know the feeling. Right after you take the test, you are full of anxiety. And let me tell you this anxiety is going to be clouding your judgment. You are not going to be thinking properly. Thoughts are going to be running through your head, and most of the time they're going to be irrational. So just remember this and remember that a lot of these thoughts don't represent true, rational facts. With that being said, let's get down to these facts. First thing to remember is the MCAT is an extremely long test. 230 questions. And if you remember your statistics that you very closely studied for the MCAT, 230 questions is a large sample size that is not prone to a lot of fluctuations. How you've been practicing, how you've been scoring your practice tests, more often than not, is going to be pretty reflective of how you score on the real thing. For my example, when I took those practice tests on the AAMC officials, I averaged a 523. This was across 6 of their practice tests. The 4 officials, their unscored and the scored officials. 6 tests, 523. Guess what I got in the real thing? A 523. Yes, so I know this is a little anecdotal, but I have friends, students that study with MCAT Self Prep, and there's a pretty similar trend. Most people are going to score like plus or minus 3 after their full length averages, typically like their more recent ones. And also, remember this, the MCAT is scaled. So if it was hard for you, it was hard for everybody else. I was messed up by the car section. I had 15 minutes to solve these 2 7-question passages. I ended up guessing on like half the questions for cars. Guess what? I scored a 129, which was only just 1 point lower than my practice test average. If the car section was hard for me, it was likely hard for everybody else as well. All these like negative thoughts, everybody's having the same ones as you, and it will be scaled accordingly, trust me. If there's other situations, like say like for me, I had 4 hours of sleep before the test. I could not sleep because of the stress. And I thought that would be a big factor coming in, like I wouldn't be alert. But guess what? I was fine. A lot of other people also don't get enough sleep before the test. A lot of people wake up a little bit late and they're rushed into the test center, chock full of adrenaline, super nervous, and they still do fine. Everybody has these kinds of situations that come up that are not contributing to like that like dream scenario for being ready for the test that most people have in their eyes. Everybody's going through them as well, so it is going to be reflected when the MCAT gets scaled. And let's talk about what happens if you end up not doing well. You can retake. You're not going to magically just forget everything you've learned. All the content, it's still there. You're not going to have to relearn test strategies from scratch. What you've practiced, what you've done is still there. So you can just pick up right where you left off and then retake the test, and everything is going to be fine. Trust me. It's been months since I've taken my MCAT test, and my skills are still here, and yours are still there as well. A bad score is not the end of the world. And one last thing. What do you do in the month between your test take date and your score release date? That's a pretty substantial amount of time. Emotions are running high, you're feeling a little uncertain. We've all been there. It's a very difficult time, and what you can do is, distract yourself. When I was in that month waiting for my score, I stayed busy with school. I stayed busy doing my my research, a little bit of volunteering and clubs and stuff. I stayed busy, and when I had some dead time, I stayed productive working on my applications. Regarding the applications and the whole like med school process, just focus on things that are within your power. I can't do anything about MCAT. It's currently getting rated in some office like 1,000 miles away. There's nothing I can do about that. So I put my efforts into something that was in my control. In that time when I was waiting for my score, I found that was probably the most productive I was in terms of working on my application. Do whatever you like that gets your mind off, and just make sure you know that there is more to life than this MCAT. Go ahead and enjoy your life. With that, I wish you the best of luck with your MCAT scores. I'm sure they're going to be fantastic. You all worked so hard to get there. Your hard work is going to pay off. If you like this video, feel free to subscribe to MCAT Self Prep or visit www.mcatselfprep.com and check out some of our resources such as our study materials, our content, our tutoring sessions. If you'd like to book a session, a consultation with me, I'm just a call away. Visit the MCAT Self Prep website. Then if you have any questions, feel free to plug them in the comments below. I or some tutors will be more than happy to help answer your concerns. All right, thank you.